Hello, everyone. I'm gonna get my video pinned for us.
Welcome back. We
Thank
missed
you.
you.
I missed y'all. I'm so happy to be here.
You
How's
did miss us for a second. You had very been.
I did, but I will say I did miss movement with a group of people. It is something that I did miss. I think towards the end of my maternity leave, I ended up taking a few of Alex's classes because I was so like ready to move. But yes, I loved my time off and have a beautiful little boy. His name is Drew. Or well, his real name is Andrew Scott Bassett II, but I can't have two Andrews in the house. So I declared that he needed a different name. So we call him Drew. But he's super sweet and it was a good time to be on leave. But I'm back and I'm so happy I get to spend it with y'all today. So we're gonna go ahead and get moving. This is our Living Well Pilates class. My name is Kourtney Bassett. I'll be with you for the next 45 minutes. We're going to do lots of mobility work today. And I'm curious if we'll see more of that this semester, similar to what we did in the fall semester. So we'll see what I come up with every week. And I'd love to hear your feedback on what you're liking, what you'd like to see in our class. But again, all you need for today's mat Pilates class is a mat, a blanket, a towel, or some sort of cushioned surface under your body that'll give you an extra layer of comfort as we move together today. And if you'd like to play some music in the background, you are absolutely able to do that. Just make sure that you can see me and hear my cueing. Or you know what? I wonder if sorry, I'm having side thoughts. Maybe I should put some closed captioning on here as well. That could be something that we could add. So I'm just going to see if that will work as we go throughout today's class. Okay, fantastic. Let's get moving. We're starting on our backs today. So lay it down onto those backs. We're going to stretch our legs out to one end of the room and our head to the other end. As we get cozy on this mat, take your hands towards your belly. Relax the shoulders down into the mat. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Feel the belly rise towards the ceiling. As we exhale, notice the belly falling back towards the floor below. You can let those eyes close. And we're just starting with a seamless, gentle belly breath. Allowing ourselves the opportunity to get some separation from our work, from our to-do list, from the chaos that you may be feeling outside of this space. Can we gift ourselves that moment of separation during our time together today? My hope is that your answer is yes. If not, that's okay. Remember, it's a Pilates practice, so we'll keep practicing every week together. Take an inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Start to move that breath to a rib cage breath. We can even slide our hands outside of those ribs. We'll take a big inhale, feel the ribs press against the palms of your hands with every inhale. And as we exhale, notice the rib pulling back in towards the spine. So we're airing up that imaginary tire around our rib cage with every inhale. And then blowing out the candles, imaginary candles, that is, with every exhale. One more time, big inhale. And exhale, release. As the hands come down by your sides, we're going to keep with that rib cage breath throughout today's class. Just start to wiggle the fingers and toes. Roll out through the wrists and the ankles. Find some movement through the arms and the legs. Continuing with that rib cage breath, we inhale, reach the arms all the way overhead. Exhale, pull them back down by our sides. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. So I'm teaching our Body Blaster class on Tuesdays over at the Rec Center, and that is available on the Living Well fitness schedule as well. So it's an in-person class over at the Rec, and I teach it every Tuesday at 12:15. So if you're interested, I would love to have you there. We did lots of squats yesterday, and I'm very sore. So I mentioned earlier that we might be doing a bit more mobility. And it's purely because I feel the need for it. So that may drive some of the work that we do every Wednesday, but we'll see how I progress throughout the semester. All right, take a big inhale, reach those arms overhead. As we exhale, float the right knee into the belly, roll out through that right ankle, and then we'll switch sides. Inhale, hand and feet away. Exhale, left knee in, roll out at that ankle, and let's continue to progress. Right leg in, feel that stretch through the low back. And then over to the other side. Good. Noticing any differences from one side to the other. Perhaps we're a bit more mobile on one hip than we are the other. That's perfectly normal or common, and it's also okay. Just something that we need to notice. And maybe we sink into some stretches on that side that feels a little bit less mobile. So if you're feeling less mobile on one side, maybe hold that for just a moment before you switch back over to the other side. I'll give us a few more breath opportunities here. And when we're ready, we'll just bring in both knees to the belly. Taking our hands behind the hamstrings, rocking ourselves from side to side, getting a gentle stretch through the low back, a little bit of myofascial release for the low back and the hips. From there, we'll drop our heels down towards the floor, sweep the hands over the chest. As we take a big inhale, exhale, nod the head and shoulder blades forward, begin to pump those arms with a nice vigorous pump, almost as if you were dribbling a basketball next to your hips. This is our 100 series, so quick breaths in and quick breaths out. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale for a count of 5. Exhale for a count of 5. We're almost there. If we're looking for a little bit more, remember that you could stack those knees into a tabletop position. We'll have a 90-degree angle at the hip and at the knees for this. 2 more rounds. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Final time. From here, the hands come back over the chest. The feet connect with the floor. We'll extend the legs all the way out. As we reach the arms overhead, we'll slowly nod the chin for rolling up and over for our roll-ups. And then come back down bone by bone by bone. Inhale, reach. Exhale, roll up. Extend over the toes. And then bring it back down one vertebra at a time. Working to glue those heels down to the floor. You may notice that it feels nice to use one of those legs as leverage to lift ourselves up. And then we can use the other leg to lower ourselves back down. Another great option is to use those elbows or our wrists to come up. That one might not feel or give us as much spinal articulation, but it is a great way to progress and start to build that strength through our powerhouse and our core. So we've got lots of options here. Find the one that suits you, and we'll do 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Final time. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, peel your spine off of the mat. reach for the toes and then settle all the way back down to the mat. Hands come by our sides, open up to the chest and float that right foot up to the ceiling. Once that right foot is at the ceiling, begin to trace a nice circle on the ceiling with that big toe. These circles are about the size of a dinner plate. So think about that mobility for 3, 2, and 1 at the top of that leg circle. Reverse it, opposite direction. Our belly is really strong here. So think about pulling that belly button towards your spine. Keep mobilizing the hips for 3, 2, and 1. From there, we'll pull that right knee into the belly, give it a nice little stretch there. We can roll out through the ankle and then reverse the direction of those legs, ankle circles. From there, we flex through the right foot, extend the leg all the way to the ceiling. You can keep a slight bend in that right knee, but we're bringing our leg around in a larger beach ball size circle. We'll do 1 more in this direction and then reverse it. Take it the other direction for 4, 3, 2, and 1. As that knee falls back into the chest, slide the knee outside of the body for a nice inner thigh stretch. Good. All right. From there, the knee comes back to center. We'll reach the right leg all the way across the mat. Left leg then floats up towards the sky, starting back with that small dinner plate size circle, tracing the toe around that imaginary dinner plate. Shoulders are connected with the floor below. We'll have 3, 2, and 1. Reverse it. Take it in the opposite direction. Again, we're continuing to circle around, keeping along the leg nice and long. 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee, pull it into the belly, roll out through that ankle. When you're ready, you can reverse the direction of those ankle rolls. From there, we flex the foot, extend the leg all the way to the ceiling. Keep that slight bend in the knee if you like it. The leg comes across the body and over the top. For 3, 2, and 1. Reverse it. Take it in the opposite direction for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee, bring it into the belly, slide that leg outside of the chest. Fantastic. All right, bringing that left knee back into the belly. We're moving into our Pilates 5 ab series. So our hands find that left shin bone, head and shoulder blades hover above the mat. Right leg also hovers above the mat. We extend and switch for single bent leg stretch. So we extend and switch. Elbows are wide, chest is strong. If you'd like another option, we could tap the toes to the floor. Always note that if you're feeling any pain through the neck or shoulders, lowering them down to the mat is a great option. We can still do lots of great core work from here. Just want to make sure that we all know what's available to us. Opposite leg, bringing it into the belly for 3, 2, and last one, both knees into the chest, zip up through the inner thighs, double leg stretch. Extend hands and feet out, opposite walls, and then sweep the arms in. We reach up and out, pull it in, hug the knees tight. Inhale as you reach out in opposition. Exhale, pull it in. 2 more. Last one. As we bring it in, take the head down to the mat. Legs extend towards the ceiling. We're going to let our hands find the right hamstring and lower the left leg down for scissors. We switch to the other side. Good. So we're moving here. Our core is what's controlling that leg as it lowers down. We'll also get a nice stretch through the hamstrings. And you have the option of lifting the head and shoulder blades off the mat and taking your hands to your calf muscle. All right. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. 3, 2, and 1. Zip up through the inner thighs. Hands come behind the base of the skull. Lower the legs down and lift. Lower, low, and lift up. A great option here. Bend the knees. Move into alternating toe taps. Good. Regardless of what variation you do, I want that core to be engaged, getting deep into the transverse abdominals here. So you pull that belly button towards your spine. We have 3, 2, and last one. Pull the knees into the belly, and let's rock from side to side. Good. All right, last exercise of our Pilates 5 ab series. It's our crisscross. So both knees in at the belly, hands behind the base of the skull. We're taking opposite shoulder to opposite knee, and we'll twist to the other side. Rotate and twist. Good. Option here, we can leave both feet down on the ground and come across. Or we can bring a knee in and then tap it back down towards the floor. We've got lots of great options for crisscross. 4, 3, 2, and last one, we release and come down. Fantastic. Can you let the knees sway over to the right side of the room? Use your obliques to pull the knees up and over to the other side. Take a few breaths here with every exhale. Feel those knees drop a bit closer to the floor below. And switch sides. Once again, we use that exhale to relax all the way into the stretch. One more time over to the left, the knees sway to the other side of the knee. All right, taking our knees back up towards the ceiling, hands by our sides, we move into some bridges here. So grounding all 10 of our toes down into the mat, actively press the floor away, lift your hips to the ceiling, and come back down. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Gotta feel the glutes and hamstrings engage here. You press up and come down seamlessly. 4, 3, 2, and on our last one, hold the hips lifted. We move into some bridge marching. So press all of your weight into that right heel. Activate through the core. See if you can lift that left leg up and bring it down. Shift your weight into the left leg. Slowly hover the right knee over the right hip and switch sides. If we need to come down and reset before we do that again, that's a great option. Otherwise, continue alternating that leg lift at your own pace. Again, we call this bridge marching. Really challenging our core stability, causing that root to fire off here. One more on either side. And from there, we release. Hug those knees into the belly. We'll rock it from side to side once again. Take a big inhale, exhale, roll yourself up into a seated position. As we sit up really tall here, we'll extend the legs all the way out in front of us. Moving into spine stretch forward. So we'll roll the shoulders back and down the spine. Hands come in front of us. Nod the forehead down towards the knees. Reach over the thighs. And then stack it back up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll down. So again, this is meant to be for spinal articulation. We roll down bone by bone by bone, pull the belly button toward your spine, and then lift back up. 2 more. Final one here. Now, let's add some rotation to it. So we'll bring our feet a little bit further apart here. As we continue to sit up tall, the arms reach out in opposite directions. From there, we rotate through the torso, roll down, reach for that pinky toe or the outside of the foot. The back palm is reaching up. So we look like this. Yes. And then lift up 1 vertebra at a time. Float to the other side, roll down, rinse, and repeat. Inhale. Exhale. Both fingertips are reaching for opposite ends of the room. We get lots of control here. We can slow the movement down. We can even pulse for chi at the bottom if that feels right for us. We rotate, roll down, reach, stack it back up, rotate, roll down, reach, and lift. Fantastic. Hands come back behind us. We'll come onto those elbows, giving us all a nice opportunity to open up through the chest here. But as we sink into this chest expansion, know that you have the option of finding a little bit of mobility at the lower body, pointing the toe up and flexing it down, alternating legs. We're gonna really get some core engagement here. It's just a way to sync up our movement with our breath, which is always a nice reminder to flow. Stay upright, stay lifted on those elbows. Final time. As we come up here, go ahead and find a seated position where we can extend one leg and bend the other. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of stretching in our intermission here. So we hinge forward, nice simple hinge forward, reaching our 6 bones back behind us. Notice that stretch through the inner thighs. From there, we slowly walk ourselves down to our elbows. Perhaps feeling a bit of a rounding through the back. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, rotate towards the extended leg. We'll take both hands by the knee. Reaching that left 6 bone back behind us. And then continuing to walk further into this stretch, maybe reaching our hands towards the ankle or our foot. Another inhale through the nose. Exhaling, we'll open up to the side of the room or the front of the room, finding a nice side body stretch. Inhale through the nose, exhale, lift up, and we switch sides. So we'll extend the other leg. Pulling that knee in. When you're ready, we hinge forward at the hips. A nice flat back here. In your own time, you can walk it down into a further, deeper stretch. Elbows come down to the mat. We can even round out into that if that feels right for us. Another inhale. As we exhale, rotate towards the extended leg. Again, those hands start right here next to our knee. And then we'll slowly walk further into the stretch. Take a big inhale. Exhale, open up to the front of the room. Seat that sits bone down into the mat. Inhale, exhale, stack the spine up. Fantastic. All right, we're going into our side lying work next. So we're going to align our spine with the back of the mat. Our feet will come forward to the very front corner of the mat. Hydrate as we need to. But as we set up for our side lying work, we can either be on our elbow, or is lifted. We're going to stay up and out of that shoulder girdle. So we could be here, or we can lay it all the way down, rib cage lifted off of the mat. All right, find what suits you. Spine is aligned with the back edge of the mat. Feet are forward at the front corner of your mat, towel or blanket. And we start by lifting and lowering the top leg. So just letting ourselves breathe here, recalibrate. We've made it halfway through class. We have our shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles all stacked one on top of the other. We'll do 3, 2, and 1. Hold that leg lifted, pulse it towards the ceiling. Make sure that core is strong here. We'll do 3, 2, 1. From there, we point the top toe, circling it forward. Notice how those inner thighs rush together quickly for 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it lifted, flex the foot forward, and point the leg back. Kick forward, kick back. All right, so we're mobilizing through the hip once again, stabilizing through the upper body and our powerhouse. Kick forward, kick back, final time. Hold the leg extended back, tap the toe down, lift it up. Tap down, lift up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. From there, extend that leg all the way back and down. Get a nice stretch through the side body here. So, all right, from here, we're going to try something different today. So we're coming up onto our elbow. The back knee is going to drop, the bottom knee bends. So we have a little bit of a Z sit here. Yes? All right. We're taking this top arm, we're reaching it forward, and then pulling it back. Okay? So rotate forward and pull back into expansion. Rotate and pull back. Feel this opening up through the side body. Reach, 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 and pull. As if somebody was pulling your fingertips. We have one more. Reach, rotate through the spine, and pull back. Fantastic. From here, this top arm reaches over for a side body stretch. 4, 3, 2, 1. We come back down onto our side. So that's side lying work. We continue top leg forward, bottom leg lifts and lowers. Good. Okay, check back in. Are your shoulders and hips stacked one on top of the other? Could we engage that rib cage a little bit more? Are we still able to thread our fingertips between the floor and our rib cage? That's the goal. 5, 4, 3, 2, And one, hold that bottom leg lifted, pulse it towards the ceiling. 3, 2, 1, point the toe and circle the leg forward. Reverse it, opposite direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. All right, both knees step one on top of the other. We'll bend the knees in, moving into that external rotation. Here at the hips, we take the leg back and forward. Right, heels and toes connected. Actively press your knee back behind you as you open up through the hips. 4 more. 2. And 1. Bend the knees, bring them back together. This time, the heel lifts. So now we're moving into that internal hip mobility. Knees together, lift the heel. 4, 3, 2, and last one, hold it lifted. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. All right, back onto that elbow. Y'all know I have a love for side planks, and that's exactly where we're headed now. So bottom knee can be bent. We're lifting up into our favorite variation for a side plank, and we're holding it. We're breathing. We've got that long, neutral spine. Head is a part of our spine, so it's not going to be dropping. It's not going to be lifting. It's in alignment. Yes. All right, staying here. Putting some energy through the shoulder that's stabilizing so strong, belly is strong. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips come down, knees bend in, lift ourselves up and float all the way over. And as we come up, do a little break dance. Flip the legs over to the other side. Yay. All right, one side down, one side to go. Getting back into that spinal alignment where our spine is back at the edge of the mat, feet are forward. We start with the top leg lifting and lowering, and we get to check in ourselves. Do that body scan. Are the shoulders stacked, one on top of the other? What about the hips, the knees, the ankles? I always like to say, if somebody was looking at us from above, they would only see one of each. Right, 5 more. 2. And 1, hold the top leg lifted, pulse it towards the ceiling, get that rib cage lifted. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, point the toes, circle those legs forward. Rush the inner thighs together. 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse it, opposite direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the top leg lifted, flex the foot forward, forward back. Kick forward, kick back. Good, mobilize through the hip, stabilize through your powerhouse in the core. 3, 2, last one. Leg reaches back behind us. We tap the toe down and lift it up. Tap down and lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That foot releases. Reach the arm overhead. Get that nice stretch through the side body here. Good. All right, adding in that nice rotational stretch. We come onto our elbow. Get that shoulder nice and strong. Bend the bottom knee. Bend the back knee and send your foot back behind you. So you have a nice little Z sit here. Top arm reaches forward. We rotate through the torso. Reach, reach, reach for that corner of the room. And then rotate, pull back into expansion. So this is a really great exercise to incorporate on its own even better if we had a resistance band that was connected to a heavy object, maybe our desk would be a good one. Or some sort of door, perhaps. We could pull that resistance band back and incorporate a little bit of resistance training. But right now, we're doing it solely for mobility purposes. Finding that expansive stretch forward, rotating through the spine, and then pull back and rotate as well, without giving up the integrity of that shoulder. I almost did it. Reach forward as if somebody was pulling your fingertips. Pull back, pull back, pull back. One more time. Fantastic. Coming back down. We lay back on the mat, spine in line with the back edge of the mat, feet are forward. The top leg is coming forward so that we can work through the adductors, those inner thighs. So start by lifting and lowering the bottom foot. Then the rib cage lifted. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse the foot up towards the ceiling. Pulse, pulse, pulse. 3, 2, 1. Point the toe and circle forward. Shoulders and hips are still stacked, one on top of the other. 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. Good. Rib cage is lifted still. Don't forget. I'm going to say it over and over again because I don't want you to forget. 3, 2, 1. And release. All right. Stack the knees, one on top of the other again. Bend it in. Find that clamshell or external hip mobility. Toes and heels together. Press that knee back behind and then come back in. This is another great exercise where we can incorporate a resistance band around the upper thighs. We can do some banded resistance work. So everything that we do in this class, one, it's all being recorded. 2, you can take back and do it anytime on your own. Watch the videos, or you can use some of these exercises, add in some resistance bands or something else that may work for you to make it just an added challenge on your own. 2, and 1, bring those knees together, focusing in on the internal rotation of the hip now. So the top heel lifts towards the ceiling while the knees stay connected. Okay. Lift and lower. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down, give yourself some myofascial release if you need it. But from here, we lift onto that elbow, finding our favorite side plank variation. And when you're ready, we're up. Get that shoulder to stabilize. Check in with your spine. Everything is in that alignment here. Top hand can be wherever you prefer for it to be. Hold steady. Breathe. It's very important that you breathe here, all right? Even though we're holding an isometric hold, your breath, your lungs are still working. You gotta stay with it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips come down, knees bend in. As we lift ourselves up, come over for that nice side body stretch. And lift. All right, both of those hands find the floor. Toes are tucked under and we're in a quadruped position. From here, round the spine up with your belly button towards the spine as you push the floor away. And then drop the belly through, let the ivories look towards the base boards while your tailbone reaches for the ceiling. As you move through cat and cow, think about your breath. Think about your spinal articulation. Round out of those shoulders, pull the belly in, and then drop it down. 2 more. Final time. Down. All right, from here, we get back into that neutral spinal position here. Right arm extends out in front of us. Left leg reaches back for spinal balance. Focus in and then come back to sit. Left arm reaches out. Right leg extends back. Hold it. And then release. Continue alternating sides, use your breath. Make sure you do a bit of flow here. Once more on either side. From there, we'll take the knees wide on the mat, toes shift together, find your rest pose. From there, we can roll out through the wrist, wiggle the fingers. Then take the right hand, thread it through the window that your left arm has created. Palm is facing the ceiling for a back and shoulder stretch. As we release, take the right hand forward, left arm threads between where the right arm has created. Finding that same stretch on the opposite side. So from there, hands come back to center. We'll tuck our toes under and send the hips up into down dog. Reaching the heels into the mat. Begin to pedal through the knees, alternating knee bends. And then shifting both heels to the floor, tailbones to the ceiling. We'll walk our hands all the way back up to our feet, coming into a forward fold position. Another opportunity to alternate knee bends. And then we roll our spine up bone by bone by bone. And roll the shoulders back. Good. All right, from here, bring one arm across the chest. Another back and shoulder stretch. We switch sides. And then come up and over for a tricep stretch. And to the other side. As the arms come down, press the elbows back into expansion. And then reach the fingertips towards one another, press through the palms. And open up for expansion again. One more time. Fantastic. As the arms come down, take a big inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, pull the hands back down by your sides. Inhale, reach. And exhale, lower. Awesome work today. I'm so glad you all were here. If you have questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you next Wednesday, same time, same place. Y'all take care.